Alright, good day everyone. Welcome to the last Illustrator class for Bezalel Generation 1.0, and today we are going to be learning how to use the pen tool in Adobe Illustrator, and we are going to be practicing by using an illustration, maybe a drawing that has been made before. So I'll go and pick my drawing and drag into Illustrator. So the pen tool is a really efficient tool in Adobe Illustrator. It is very useful. You use it to make illustrations, sometimes you use it to build your logo designs. So this is the illustration we are going to be working with, and we are just going to be seeing how to use the pen tool, and we learn the ways to use it. So this is my illustration. I'm just resizing it to the size of the artboard. So once I'm done, so now I'm done, I brought in the image. So, and I don't want the image to move when I am drawing my things, or when I'm trying to move other things around. I don't want the image to move at all. So I'll press Ctrl 2 on my keyboard. What that does is it locks the layer. You can see it here on the layers panel. It has locked it. So I'll go ahead and pick my pen tool. My pen tool here, yes. So now the pen tool in Adobe Illustrator is really easy to use. So what I do is, when I start to use it, I click on the first point. Take note, I'm not dragging, I'm just clicking on the first point. But if I want to make a straight line, I'll just keep clicking for a straight line. So I just want this square for this part of the image. Then if you notice, it has covered the image. All I want is just the stroke to show, so I'm going to take out the color. So it's just the stroke color that's going to show. So let me just change it to a different color so that I'll be able to see it clearly. Okay, so now I have another color here, so I'll come here, draw another shape here. So when you are using Illustrator, what happens is you are creating a new shape. So if you want to end a shape, like if you want to end what you have drawn, you start where you started from. You will do it and come and end at that particular point where you stopped. So here I'm going to try to draw a curve here now, a curve. So what happens is I'm going to start, I'm clicking first, then I'll pick another anchor point and I'll click on that point and hold down and bend it to the left. So if I bend it to the left, my curve goes to the right. If I drag my mouse to the right, my curve goes to the left. If I drag it up, the curve goes down, and if I drag it down, the curve goes up. So now I'm fine with the way the curve is. But if you take notes, the curve tries to continue automatically, but I'm not satisfied with the way it's curving. So I'll go to that point where I joined here. I click on it, then I pick another part. I also drag, I click on that point again. So you continue to do this, you continue to trace the image the way you want to. So I'm just clicking once because I'm not making any curve, I'm just dealing with straight lines. So here I want to make another curve, so I'm dragging, holding down, I'm dragging, click on that point, come here, click. So here I keep going that way, keep going, I keep going. Yes, so but take note, sometimes the shape might not be too smooth, not be as smooth as I want it to. So there's a tool called the smooth tool. The smooth tool. So what that tool does is to smoothen the parts that I want you to smoothen. I'll just drag over it. I will show you how that works in a while. So I'm creating new shapes here. Here we're going to creating a new shape. All right. So here. All right. Okay. So this one too. That's here. Create the code. Press enter on my keyboard. I'm done with that. That's here. Alright, so I have traced that part. Okay, so there are still other parts to trace. All the parts that I need out of the alright, so I have gotten all the parts I need out of this image. So I'll just hide the visibility of that layer so we can see what I have traced here. This is all the parts of the image that I want, but now I want to give them colors, fill them with the right colors. So here I want to color this as a penguin, here I want to color this as a water, and this here is going to be a bubble, and this is going to be a rock that is sitting on. So now I'm going to select all of them and pick my shape builder tool. Now the reason why I'm picking my shape builder tool is because some shapes here are not full shapes. I did not begin at an anchor point and ended at another anchor point, so the shapes are not too neat like that. But before I do that, you can see the circle on the penguin's face here. I'm not satisfied with it. It's not as smooth as I want, so I'm going to pick the smooth tool and I'll begin to smoothen it. So if you drag it, automatically smooths it in like the way you drag it. So alright, so I think I'm satisfied with that. Yes, now I'm going to select everything and select my shape builder. I build this shape, this shape, this shape, this shape, this shape. Yeah, so this is a shape, this is a shape. So this shape, this is a shape, this is a shape. Now take note here, you can see that there's no shape there. That's because this point is not joining to this point. So what I'll do, I select my anchor point tool, go there, select that anchor point and join it in together with this. So I can now select everything, pick my shape builder tool, So there is still an open area there. Alright, so I've gotten, so now I've built the shape out of it. So now I begin to select my shapes and I begin to fill them with the right color. So I'm taking out the stroke. This is going to be black, but not too black. Could be the color of my penguin. This is going to be white. We'll give it not too white. Then it is covering the eye. So I'll go to the layers panel and put it below the layer of the eye. So the eye is going to be a stroke, a black colored stroke. So I do that and I increase the size of my stroke up here. So here also I don't want it to be exactly white. So I also want these two I want this to be a deep black and I want that to be a lighter black. So this, taking out the stroke, a light dark, a light black, sorry, taking out this stroke too. This is going to be a deeper black. So I keep doing that, taking out the stroke and then changing the color, filling it with the color, particular color I want. Bubbles inside. I want a lighter blue. So these ones I want them to be black, and I will fill them with the black color. This two is going to be black. So I have successfully drawn for successfully use the pen tool here in Adobe Illustrator, and that is how to use the pen tool. So now I want to teach us how to save a document. Now I am finally done and I want to save this as an Illustrator file that I would be able to use later. So I'll go to File and I'll go to Save. And it brings out the options for me to save. So I go to the location I name it. So I'm going to name this penguin. I hope my spelling is correct. So if you click the drop down here, you see different ways that you can save your Illustrator file. You can save it as AI. AI is the Illustrator file that is editable for you to come back and edit your document. So I'm going to save that as AI. There is Adobe PDF. You want to export your file as a PDF. That is, you select the PDF. Then SVG. There is SVG. Illustrator EPS. But now I'm going to be selecting the AI file. So I select it and I click save. So when you click save, it's going to bring out a list of options, but those options are already preset. They are already set in Adobe Illustrator, so do not touch them. Just leave them and say OK. But now I want to save it as JPEG, and if you check the list of save as that we have there, that we add there, you see that there was no JPEG or PNG there. So in order to save as JPEG, you go to File, go to Export, then Export As. So there you pick what you want to export as, maybe JPEG, PDF, PNG, sorry, no PDF, JPEG, PNG, SVG, all these. So I'm going to save as JPEG, and I pick my. So if I click on select use artboard, he picks up the background also with it, the white space with it. So I click on export. So here is another list that you need to take note of. So I'm going to select RGB, then business standard. Here I'll also select the resolution. So I'll go for 150 and I say OK. So now you can see the image that I just saved here. So that is how to use the pen tool in Adobe Illustrator. Thank you.